for sure. But the thing is, I will have a better version of this by Summer Symposium. I think this might be my training at Summer Symposium, but like a better version. You guys are going to get the rough version, but it's okay because the information's the information. But the point of me doing this today, it's not just to give you guys a story. It's not to entertain you guys on a Friday night, right? It's to give you guys a real in-depth look. There's a lot of people in the company, in the industry that have been in for a year, 2 years. They might have hit a rank, but they can't hold a rank. They can't maintain a rank. They're not getting paid as the rank. There might be people that done something one time, like one time. And because they did something one time, they're training on it. And they might not be qualified to train on it. They might have something they've picked up on Google, something on Yahoo, something on YouTube, something on TikTok, and then they're regurgitating it. What I want to give you guys today is not just this theory. I want to give you like my actual, like, I really did this. And I want to give you guys every single step until like we're done, we're done. Like if you guys want to log off, but I'm going to try to get through every single step. I'm not going to be here for hours, but I've tried to put as much of my story in this slide as I can without every part of it. Like, I mean, I can't put every part of it because every part would be here all day, right? So if you guys are ready, just let me know. It's kind of cool that, you know, if you're a part of a team and you're going through something, you logged on here today because I really sent the link to OBG, W5, GC. I really don't care what team. Everybody's in the same company according to me, so we're all going to build the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. If you guys are ready, let me know, because I really need you guys to pay attention, not just to what's going on, but like the mindset of every level, right? And I think you're going to have a breakthrough, to be honest. Like if you really listen to what I'm saying today, this is not a regular training. This is not a regular rich call or a mindset call or a Wednesday wealth call or a builder's call or whatever the millions of calls we do. This is not one of them. This is something else, okay? And this is not something I'm going to be doing every week or something like that. So if you guys can see my screen, let me know. If you can see my screen, let me know. You can see it. It says just pivot. So the theme of what I'm talking about right now is being able to pivot. A pivot is move, okay? Being able to move and switch positions. Because you find so many times in this industry, we go one direction and we say one direction is the one direction and that's the way I'm going. That's what it is. That's how it's going to be. And I'm going to make a lot of money doing this. And most people don't know how to pivot very well. If you've been doing something for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, and it's not working, you've got to learn to pivot very quickly. Not being able to pivot will get you killed in the game. Okay, try to understand what I'm saying. I know I talk in a lot of metaphors, but your ability not to see you need to pivot, not to see that maybe this isn't working this way, maybe I need to go this way and try this. That's not working, let me go this way and try. That's the kind of the theme of my story. Because when I was looking back today and I was digging up photos from 2011, 2012, I'm digging up photos from the past, I'm thinking, what was I doing at each level? I was pivoting. I was learning how to pivot, okay? So making sure that you know how to pivot is vital, because I see a lot of people today and a lot of the teams in the company, they don't know how to pivot. They just literally keep posting the same thing on Instagram, keep saying the same thing. They do the same, and then they wonder why they're at the same position, right? So the first thing we need in network marketing is the first word, is a network. Now, you might have come with a network when you joined. You might have done something in your previous life before MLM, or you might have to acquire a network when you get here. Regardless of how you spin it, you need a network. Our compensation plan is 2 legs. You need a network in each leg. So in my eyes, you need 2 networks. It doesn't have to be your network. It could be somebody else's network, but you need 2 networks. You need to acquire 2 networks. This doesn't work without a network. I know people that have been in this company and other companies, and their whole thing is like they're personal development monsters. They love personal development. They go to all the events, all the conferences, buy all the books, and they consume this personal development. And I say, if I read enough, if I attend enough events, if I'm just present, things are going to work out for me. I'm telling you guys, from 10 years of experience, I've never seen that work. Never in my entire 10-year career. I think it's like 12 years. I don't even think it's 10. I've never seen it work. Okay. So you need to acquire a network. Now, how did my story actually start? Where did my network actually come from? Well, for those that don't know, I worked in a nightclub at the age of 19. So I'm digging through photos at this point. Like, and you'll recognize various faces at various points in my story. Like you'll see leaders pop up here and there. Now, I used to go clubbing a lot when I was 19 and 18 and 17 and 16. And this is just what I did as a kid. Like, you got to think at this point, the year is 2000 and what? It's 2009, 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there. And all I'm doing is clubbing. So eventually the club says, hey, look, you come here a lot. Why don't you just like work here? So I don't know if you can tell, but the bottom left photo, I'm wearing a microphone on my shirt. It's clipped on my shirt. It's actually an earpiece. So I was a VIP host for the biggest nightclub in the GTA. It's called Luxy. I don't even know if it's still open. But this club, it was just the spot that we used to go to all the time, nonstop. So they said, look, why don't you just work here? You can basically host parties. You can be you, do what you do already, and we'll pay you every single week for it. And I said, okay, like it seems like logically, like at that point in my life, it was the biggest club. I don't think there was a bigger club in the GTA at this point. It makes a lot of sense. At the same time, with me clubbing, that was one of my best friends at the top there, that's Sean. And at the bottom there, it's Kareem and MJ that you guys might know that are still in the business today. But the top, I want you guys to remember the guy at the top in the yellow, the top right. And, you know, these were my friends. This is what we did. We went clubbing. I worked at the club. And eventually, I think, you know, Sean worked at the club. And I think MJ and Kareem eventually worked at the club. But this was just the thing. I knew I wanted more, but the problem was I didn't really understand. Like, I thought this was life at the time. Nobody really explained to me there was anything outside of this. Now, I want you to think back when you were like in the party era. Some of you guys are young right now. You might be in the party era. Some of you guys might be over it, but this was life to me. This was everything. There was nothing else for me to do in my world, in my head. It was like, go to school, get this degree or whatever, and then party and blow money, right? So I knew I wanted more, but what I need you guys to understand is I had 3 jobs at the same time. I wasn't just in the club. So on the far right, I'm like this host at this club. And this is kind of where, funny enough, I started getting good on a microphone because they let me have the microphone from time to time. And I got good at like promoting an event and understanding if it rained, people wouldn't come to the club. So I kind of was getting trained for MLM without getting trained for MLM, like I didn't know what it was at that time. But in the middle was this law firm, because that's what I was going to school for. I was training to be a lawyer. That's a real story. That's exactly what I was doing. So in the daytime, I'm at this law firm office and I'm doing what I'm doing. On the far left, that's my second job because I was paying to save up to go to law school. So I'm stacking boxes at FedEx. And on the far right on the weekend, I'm like this club host. So I'm juggling these 3 different lives. But what kept going through my head, and I don't know what put me in this position, but I used to wonder who owns this FedEx? Who owns this company? Who owns all these trucks? Because the way they would pay you in FedEx was, it wasn't by the hour. It was this 300 boxes. Each box is 50 pounds. We're going to pay you $500 for the whole truck. Take 10 hours, take 5 hours, take 2 hours. Just do it as fast as you can. We'll pay you for the truck. We don't pay you by the hour. So that to me was a very chill job because I didn't have to rush. I could do it on my own time. In the meantime, I was looking over the cases the next day for work and also promoting the parties for the weekend. So I had a BBM. There was BBM. iPhone wasn't really a big thing yet. I'm talking, this is 2011-ish, going on 2012 almost, right? So one day, a criminal client that we had, he says to me, Kane, right? I'm like, yeah, man, Kane. He's like, okay, look, I know what you do on the weekend because I've seen you at the club, but he's like, I see what you're doing here in the week and I've seen you speak at court. He's like, I've seen you in court because I used to defend people on their traffic tickets. As a P1, you're allowed to defend people on traffic tickets, small claims courts, anything really small, nothing big, right? Because I didn't have a P2 license yet. So he's like, look, I have a thing that I think you would be good at. Now, do you think I had any time at this point in my life to look at anything? No, I had absolutely no time. But this guy asked me a pretty profound question. And this is like an insight to now you speaking to people, because this is what worked for me. He said, do you want an opportunity or a job? And I kind of like looked at him and I'm thinking, you're my criminal client. Like what type of job? Like what are you talking about? I immediately discredited this person. I met him at a courthouse. He's a criminal client. So what business did he have asking me if I want an opportunity or a job? I was open. I said, okay, well, an opportunity, I suppose. It sounds like I should want an opportunity, but what is an opportunity? But he wouldn't tell me. He wouldn't tell me what it is. He wouldn't tell me what the opportunity was. He just said, I have an opportunity. But I'm thinking, you're a criminal. What opportunity? Because in my eyes, I was doing pretty good. I had a lot going for me at that time in my head. He says, well, I have an opportunity. Meet me here. And I'm thinking, do I really want to lose everything that I've done so far? Because it don't sound too legit the way I'm like, what is it? He says, look, I'm going to give you an address. This is the time. It's on Saturday. It's at 2:00. It's up to you. So he gave me this address. I Googled the address. It was a church. And I'm thinking, like, a church. What is this guy, like a pastor or something in the weekday? Like what? It doesn't sound like the math ain't mathing, guys. The math ain't mathing, okay? But the way he pitched me was so good because I couldn't Google anything. Google was really slow on Blackberries anyway, but like I couldn't Google anything. So I go to the address and this is what I see. Of course, this is a Blackberry photo, so you have to kind of bear with me here. But this is what I see. There's a guy on stage. There's a bunch of people. And I'm like, well, it is a church, right? But this guy on stage, he's yelling and he's talking and people are cheering. And I'm like, this is not a regular church. This don't look like this is not a regular church, right? This is Saturday, first of all. And all I really was picking up was like little things. So this is a good insight for you guys. Most people, when they come to an event or come on your webinar, they don't hear everything. They hear the little things. They hear tiny little things. 30 grand a month, blah, 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 blah. 30 grand a month, blah, 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 blah. Telecommunication company, blah, 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 blah. Franchising, blah, 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 blah. Success stories, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there and I'm at the back because I don't know what is going on. And I'm looking at the guy like, did you really bring me to this cult? Like, what is it? What am I at? I don't know what I'm at. I could not figure out what it was because nobody would talk about it. And I thought that was so spooky. Like everybody there was like, are you guys all trained to say the same thing? Oh, you're a guest. Oh, you're new. You're going to love it. Take a seat. Oh, you're a guest. Oh, you're new. You're going to love it. Take a seat. And I'm like, what, you guys all drink the same Kool-Aid? Like, what is going on here, right? So anyways, I leave. I'm like, you guys know, I got things going on in my life. I'm a big deal. I'm a big deal in FedEx. I'm a big deal at the nightclub. I don't have time for this. And the thing that he did was good. He let me leave. He didn't argue with me. Let me leave. And he says to me later on, because he had my BBM, ping, like he hit me on BBM, and he said, what did you think? I'm like, well, I left. He's like, I know, but like, what did you think? I'm like, bro, I'm not selling phones. I don't know what you're selling. I'm not selling, you're selling phones or something. Like who's making 30 grand a month selling phones? This is not, like, what do you think this is? And I was more insulted that like he tricked me to go. That's what was really bothering me at the time. It wasn't the business. It was like, you tricked me to go here. You know, I wasted a Saturday that I had to go to the club later on that night. And he says, okay, I just want to send you one quick video. I said, I don't want to watch no more phone videos. I've seen enough phone talk and blah, blah, blah talk and cult talk. But he goes, no, I seriously want to send you a video. And he sent me this video. And what's interesting about this video is it was basically, can you guys see my screen still? Yeah. This video, I'm not going to play the entire video, but just I want you to get the essence of why it interested me. It was basically a guy in my age group pitching two older gentlemen this telecommunication business, and they're not impressed.
At the office, we actually have an office, and we really think that it gives the image of what ACN is portraying, internationally.
So you guys can kind of see what's happening here, right? I'm paraphrasing to make this quicker, but it's this guy pitching these two older gentlemen, and they're just like, dude, what are you talking about? So I'm thinking, why would you send me this video? Like, even the people in the video don't even look impressed with what he's saying. But then what was funny is this. He walks these guys outside and he says, like, and I'm like, wait a minute.
This is good. I don't have any in the back front. I think there's one in the glove box if you want to check.
So you can kind of see what happened here with this video. So this guy, his name was Spencer Hun. I think at the time he might have been 27 or something. He pitched these guys. It's a skit, right? But like, he pitched these guys and he showed that he had a Bentley. You guys got to remember the era this is, okay? This isn't 2023 where you see Bentleys and nice cars outside. Nobody had a nice car back then. It was like a rare thing to see. So the fact that he put the 50 Cent music, the hip hop music, he was a young guy and there was a Bentley and he was showing the guy that, it blew my damn mind. It blew my mind, because what that guy was able to do was he was able now to speak to me in my language. Because what was I thinking at this point in time? What do you think I was thinking when I saw that video? Man, if that guy got that Bentley doing this little phone thing, I'm going to get that Bentley and I'm going to pull up to the club. That's all I was thinking. I had no other concept in my head. If he did it, this young guy did it, and he sold this phone thing, and he has that car. By the way, I thought the car was like $1 billion. I said, I can do it. This was my Facebook for the next month. Like, you could see I'm doing everything wrong at this point. But I literally went and screenshot a bunch of my Facebook posts from like that week and the week after and the week after. I went absolutely mental. It's on like Donkey Kong. How much did that guy spend? What do you mean, Spencer? Yeah, how much did he spend? Well, he spent $500. For what? To join the phone thing. How much does Spencer make? 70, 80, 90, 100,000 a month? He makes that much money selling these phones. That's all he's doing, is selling phones. Like, he's going to these meetings and talking, and that's it. Hayden, that's it. I told you you'd be great at this. You should do it. I said, send me the thing, send me the package, send me the date, send me whatever. I got $500 for this. I will entertain this. That's how I started my career. That's exactly how I signed up. That's why I signed up. That's when I signed up. This was literally my Facebook. I went mental. Like, some of you guys have seen an opportunity. You've seen, like, you have to remember, you guys saw Forex. You guys saw crypto. You guys saw kids making, you guys saw kids in iGenius when you guys signed up making all this money. And these are people you actually knew. I saw a guy on YouTube I never met. The whole meeting was like 45 plus. Like, there was no kids in this meeting. Like, you know what I mean? So I had to see a guy on YouTube and I couldn't even talk to this guy. But it got me so excited to the point where I knew I could do this at this point. Like, it was like beyond, I just knew I could do it. Some of you guys have seen this business and you haven't got that fired up yet. Some of you guys have joined network marketing or joined a company or joined an organization or joined a team, and you haven't got that fired up yet. You signed up, but you're thinking about it. I wasn't thinking about it. The minute I saw that video, it was on like Donkey Kong. I was ready to go. Green light, gang, let's go. Wave the flag. I'm running. I'm gone. I'm out the gate already. Like, that guy that signed me up, he was only in the business for 2 weeks. The guy that signed him up was only in the business for 2 weeks. The guy that signed him up didn't even live in the country. So I didn't have an upline. So there was no guidance. There was nobody telling me what I should and shouldn't do. So I said, okay, well, like, humor me. Humor me. I said it to the guy, humor me. What's the next step? What do I do? He's like, well, you gotta get some customers. I said, well, like, so it's like anyone's game. Like, I don't have to like wait my turn to get a customer. I don't have to like be in line. Like I could do, like, what's the, no, Kane, go and get customers. It's telecommunication. We save people money on home phone and internet. That was the product. And I'm thinking, I don't even own a home. I don't even pay the bills in my house. I live with my mom. I don't even, he said, just find some customers. That was the game. So what do you think I did? I got my little misfit friends. None of us owned a home. None of us were in charge of the home phone or internet or hydro or all the things that this company offered. We wasn't in charge. We're kids. I just turned like 20 years old. I'm not in charge of anything. And I grabbed my little misfit friends. Mom, I need the living room. Why? I need the living room. I have some friends coming. Oh, you having a party? Yeah, something like that. And I grabbed as many little of my misfit friends as I could and put them in one room. And I said, this is what we're gonna do. And I'm literally just talking in circles. I saw something and I can't explain it, but I saw something and we're gonna be rich. And there's a guy with a Bentley and we're gonna go to IHOP. That was pretty much my pitch. And I played the Bentley video because I knew if the Bentley video worked for me, it was gonna work for my misfit friends. That's all I could count on in my head. I just knew it was gonna work. Long story short, I got the guy back on the phone because my little misfit friends didn't believe me. They said, well, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, what you're saying doesn't make sense. Like the whole thing. So what I needed to do was and this success leaves clues. I knew I needed to get them to the bigger event because they didn't believe me. All I did was club and drink on the weekend. They didn't believe what I was saying. I knew I needed to get them to the bigger show that I saw before so then they could kind of understand it's not just me making up things, it's like a very real thing. Keep in mind, the year is 2011. There's no Instagram. Facebook is barely Facebook. There's YouTube's not even YouTube. It's the iPhone, there's no iMessage yet. Like it's a weird time, you know? So they couldn't really check. I couldn't really show them anything. So I say to the guy that signed me up, how do I get on the stage on Saturday? Now, what would make me ask a question like that? Well, why would I try and get on a stage? Because I calculated it very quickly in my head. You know why? Because I worked at the nightclub. The person that was holding the microphone controlled the club. The DJ controlled the club. I've seen it before. So I said to myself, well, I need to be the person on the stage. I got to be the person when my little misfit friends come on a Saturday, they've got to see me go up on the stage. That's what's going to they're going to believe me. So let that leave a clue in your business. Some of you guys have never even tried to touch a stage. This hasn't even come into your thinking yet. You're so comfortable doing your little webinar, so comfortable posting your little story, your little chat group. You're not thinking that big. I wanted to take over already. I've only been in this thing 24 hours. How do I get on stage? Well, you need to have a certain level of customers. What? What does that even mean? What does that even mean, certain level of customers? You need a certain level of customers to qualify for the stage. In English, brother, what does it mean? Okay, well, you need like 5 customers and you're going to hit this rank, and this rank is going to let you be on the stage. So what? Tell all my friends to get a customer? Is that what the game is? That's the game, King. You don't understand. There's a guy in this photo. His name is Marcus Bowen. This is his house on the left because my mom kicked us out of the living room. She was done with the yelling. I said, Marcus, lock the door. He says, why am I locking it? Marcus, lock the door. Why are we locking the door? Lock the door, Marcus, because nobody's leaving until they get a customer. I was that aggressive. I don't think you guys understand, because I knew Saturday was coming and I was going to drag my little misfit friends in my car, to that meeting, and I needed to be on that stage. And this guy told me, if we got 5 customers, I'm on the stage. Boom. Who do you know? Change the internet in your mom's house. I don't know. Call your mom. Change it. Figure it out. I don't know. Figure it out. Somehow we managed to do it. Why? Because I give everybody 24 hours to do it, right? We didn't leave. We ordered pizza. We didn't leave. So this is my first time ever being on stage. And this is what's wild. This is my first week in MLM, mind you, okay? So the left photo is the smaller meeting we had on a Tuesday. It's not my meeting, it's somebody else's meeting, but I had 5 customers, so they let me go on stage. I'm wearing a suit that was from the Salvation Army. I bought it that day. It was $16, and my neck was super itchy. If MJ's on here, he'll know, because he came with me and he bought one too. We were both very itchy that day, but they said I needed a suit. I don't own a suit. Even in the courtroom, I didn't have a suit. I just had shirts. So I got the suit from the Goodwill Nation or whatever it was called, Salvation Army. And I did this little testimony. And I said to MJ or Kareem, I don't know which one, when I'm on the stage, the smaller one, I'm talking about the left photo, take as many photos as you can. And back in these times, you wasn't allowed to stand up at events. It's not like how Atlanta was. You wasn't allowed to stand up and come to the front of the room. Like, this was, social media wasn't a thing. And the older people at the event, they didn't allow you to be standing up, yelling, taking photos. It wasn't a thing. Like, Debbie was there during these days. Like, she was in the same company, different team. So she could tell you it's 100% true. There was no photo. I told MJ, I don't care about the rules. Run up there and take as many photos as you can. And if you guys know BlackBerry, this phone is so loud when it takes photos, like, and I'm trying to like move slow so he could get this photo. Why did I need a photo so bad? Because I needed to show my little misfit friends at the club, hey, I'm a real boss at this thing. So Saturday comes, and they let me go on stage. They let me go on stage on Saturday. But this is what I didn't realize. I thought I was going to be able to like do a whole talk. Mind you, I didn't know what I was talking about. So it was crazy. I thought I was going to do a whole talk. They just said, you can go on stage. I didn't realize it was like, hi, my name is Kane. Okay, bye. I didn't realize it was that. I thought it was like the Kane show. I didn't realize that there was 300 other people getting promoted at the same time. I didn't know that either. So these are all things I'm figuring out for the first time. So I get up there, I get on stage, forget my name. I don't remember my name. So instead of saying my name, I just did this pose. I just put my arms up like Hercules. I don't know, guys, I don't know what happened. I just had this brain freeze. I've never seen this many people looking at me before. And the guy said, what's your name? Where are you from? And I'm like, yes. Like, that was the best that was coming out at that point, right? But what bothered me was I asked the guy that was interviewing me after. His name was Tony. I asked him after. I said, how do I get back on the stage again? He's like, well, you need to hit the next rank. He goes, go ask your upline. I don't have an upline. He goes, well, like, look, basically, long story short, you got to hit this bigger rank and this bigger rank and this bigger rank and blah, blah. He kind of just basically said, go home, like, get out of here. Basically, long story short, get the hell out of here, right? So I figured out very quickly, pivot point, right? Pivot. I need to do this on another level. And I've got to make a decision. This is where a lot of you guys are at. Is this a career or is this like a hobby? Because I can tell you, if this is a hobby, this is going to be extremely hard. And it's not going to be too much of a fun hobby. But if it's a career, it could be very rewarding if I work it. So I had to make this decision. I got a question for you guys. Have you made this decision yet? Have you actually made this decision yet? Because a lot of people never made this decision. And this is why they've never gotten past the level that they're at. So I came off that stage that day and I learned that I was nobody in this company. I had to make a decision. I had a Microsoft Paint 2001 on my computer. My computer was from 2005. Nobody told me how to make a flyer. Nobody told me to make a flyer. Nobody said that this would be a good plan. But I said, in my mind, I know how to promote a party. It must be very similar. It must be very similar. I need to host my own event because that big event, they won't let me back on that stage. So I've got to have my own event. Who's telling me to do this? I don't have an upline. This is my intuition kicking in. I've got to somehow figure out how to use my computer and make some sort of a flyer. This might be the worst flyer in MLM history, but it was the first one I ever made. And it took me like 6 hours because I couldn't figure out how to use Microsoft Paint properly. But I had the information. Once I had the information, I blasted Facebook like it was nobody's business. Now, do you guys remember the guy in the yellow shirt from the very, very top of the presentation? This guy right here. Do you guys remember this guy? One of my best friends from the club, Sean, yellow shirt. Right? So Sean says to me, Kane, that thing you're doing, like, bro, I looked into it. It's like a complete scam. It's not going to work. I said, Sean, do me the favor. I think it's going to work. Do me the favor. Come to my event. He says, what? Now you're hosting the cult meetings? Yeah, I'm hosting the cult meetings. I'm going to host the cult meeting. He says, you don't even know what you're talking about. I will figure it out. Okay. You're like going to make us look so stupid because me and Sean was always hanging out at this time. You're going to make us both look stupid. I'm like, but it's okay. Let me just figure it out. I will know what to say when the day comes. Can you just come to the meeting and just sit in the front of, just nod your head? Why do you want me to nod my head? Because you're a smart guy and people respect you. And if you nod your head, everybody behind you is going to nod their head. Just come nod your damn head. You want me to come nod my head, bro? I want you to come and nod your head, bro. Fine, I will come and nod my damn head. So I at least knew Sean was going to come. That like made me like, oh, that's a very smart guy. Everybody loves Sean. He's very popular. He plays soccer. If he's in the front and he's at least doing this, everybody's going to be like, the guy somewhat knows what he's talking about. So I rented out a community center. Do you guys know what a community center is? It's like those things for kid camps. It cost me $60. The left photo is the first event I ever did by myself. I want you to keep in mind, this is my second week in the business. I don't have an upline. My second week, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to present. I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. But that's Sean sitting in the front row. And Sean is making it so awkward for me because Sean, if you guys can see my camera, he's not just nodding, he's going like this. And I'm like, bro, like you're making this 10 times harder than it has to be. You see me trying. Like I was getting so mad. And there's a lady at the bottom left photo. Her name is Cassandra. She was my boss at my previous job. So you can see I went balls to the wall. I invited everybody. Like I really tried to invite half my damn neighborhood. And I had like 20 people. That's not bad. But the problem was I didn't know what I was talking about. I didn't have a support system. There was no guidance. There was no mentor. There was no. So I'm literally reading. Like I'm like, if you guys are the audience, I'm like, and this company is in 20 countries, and we are telecommunication. We opened in 1992, and Sean is just looking at me. You look like an idiot. Maybe I do, but I feel like the Bentley video, the guy must have went through the same thing. That's what was keeping it. I had it in my head. So long story short, because I want to get through this, Sean says, look, bro, if we're going to do this, I'm going to show you how I think we can do this, because this guy had some insight. He was pretty smart. But I don't want to do it with you. But I'm going to show you how to not look like an idiot. We need a team name. I said, why do we need a team name? It's a company. He says, because I play on a sports team and people like team names. He goes, you work at a law firm, right? Like a law firm? Yeah, I work at a law firm. Okay, so like it's like a firm, like a group of people, like firma. I'm like, well, yeah, like firma, like it's a group of, the firm is a group of people. Okay, marketing group. Yeah, marketing group. He goes, no, that's the name, like the firm marketing group. Sure, that's the name. I don't care. So we started putting it on hats, and I started really trying to like culture-rise what I was doing. Sean said, stop telling people what it is that we're doing and tell them who they're going to be. tell them the end result. And I'm not sure where this guy got the insight from. He was just he was like a Dre. He was like very green, this guy, you know? He's like, tell him the end result. It's funny because he didn't want to present, but he was okay making me present. Anyway, so like, again, long story short, it starts working. It starts working. And like every Thursday, I was hosting this shitty little meeting, but more people were coming. And every time people would come, I was getting better. I noticed it in my speech because I wasn't looking back anymore. And I was nodding my head more, and I was using my arms more, and I was getting more aggressive in my tone because I kept doing it. I didn't stop. I didn't care how stupid I looked. I didn't care how silly I looked. I didn't care who clowned me. I wanted the Bentley. I need the Bentley. I don't care what you guys think, because when I have the Bentley, it's not going to be funny no more. And that's what was fueling me through this whole entire thing. Some of you guys want to look so cool. You don't want to do a webinar with 2 people. You don't want to do a home event with 4 people. You want to be rich right now. You want to look rich right now. You don't want to be rich later. Like, you guys don't want the grind. This is what I was telling people on stage, but I couldn't show you guys. Most people don't want to emulate this stuff. Yo, Kane, you're in Dubai, blah, blah. Yeah, that's now. But like, this is what I need you to emulate. This is what was important, right? Every Saturday, I would bring people to that big event. This is my first team. Every Saturday. And then I would take them in the hallway and I would give them a game plan. We're going to do another event on Thursday. We're going to do another event actually on Friday. And then we're going to bring people again the following week. So every week I went back to that Saturday, my team was getting bigger. The team is getting bigger. The team is getting bigger. And I'm getting better at leading people to do things. And I'm pushing people, I'm pushing people, I'm pushing people, pushing people, pushing people. So it gets to a point finally where I'm like, I need some sort of elevation. I need to stand out. Now, this was a major pivot point. Are you guys with me so far? Are you guys understanding where I'm going in the story so far? Am I boring anybody? Because like I want to give you all the real story. I don't have time to do this at an event. I'm never gonna have time to do this at an event. I'm giving y'all the real. This is Friday night. I'm giving y'all the real story. And hopefully you're learning, because this is what you need to do. I promise you, it works, right? So I said at some point, we're going to this big meeting on Saturday, and I'm bringing like, you can see 12 people at a time, 15 people at a time. But there was this lack of belief. Why was there a lack of belief? Because the year is 2012, I think, at this point, or 2012. And there was not much personal development available on the internet. There wasn't like how to build MLM. There wasn't GoPro. Eric Worre GoPro didn't even exist yet. Like this is prior to GoPro. So there was no way of me showing my friends, like, this is going to work, but it might take 2 years. That was my issue. I couldn't explain to my misfit friends that this wasn't going to work like now. It was going to work like later. But my generation, my new era of people, we didn't have the conditioning from the previous generation. Because the previous generation, they were okay taking 5 years to do things, 10 years to do things. My generation was the new generation at the time. They wanted to see things like tonight. Like Netflix was just started getting popping around this time. So people were used to like instant demand. Like it was like we wanted. So I thought about it, and I took my entire savings. And what do you think I did? I made a very drastic move. I needed to elevate. I needed to show these little misfits, hey, it does work. Because according to them, they didn't know if I was making money or not. Instant gratification era. I'm 22 years old. I went and bought a 911 Porsche. It was probably the most drastic thing a 22-year-old could do. I knew I couldn't afford it. I knew it wasn't going to work. I just knew it was all bad. But I said, if I am driving around Toronto in a 911 Porsche with the top off, it's the middle of winter, it's snowing, but I have the Firma MG hat on, these little bastards are going to listen to me. That was my thing. That was my thought process. That was the entire, guys, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm not saying this was right. It is 2012. I don't know what's going on. I'm guessing. I don't have an upline. I don't have someone to tell me, don't do that. I went to the dealership. I used my entire, when I say entire, I remember the guy said, do you want the extra key? It's $500. I don't got $500, bro. Like, there's no $500. And I'm thinking, if I even, you know what? I'll tell you something else. The more important thing about this, I left that dealership with the top down in the middle of February. The top was down. It was -10. And I went and picked up MJ because he was the top leader on my team. I said, come downstairs now. Why? Come downstairs now. Comes downstairs. What is that? Yeah, I told you, boy. I told you. I told the MLM thing, bro. I told you. MJ is looking at me like, what in the hell of type of spaceship? What? Where did you steal this from? I didn't steal it. ACN give it to me. The company give it? ACN give it to me. And you couldn't convince me otherwise, because in my head, ACN give it to me. I didn't care. So MJ gets in. We're driving around -10 in the middle of February. We both got sick. But the point was, everybody saw us. And we put the whole thing on Facebook. And that was it. What do you think happened from there? What do you think happened from there? Well, now all the other little misfits from the club, what the hell? That thing Kane did actually worked. That thing you did with the phone thing, the cult, the meeting, the church, the shit you keep, it works. Yes, it works. I've been telling you guys it works. I was trying to tell you guys, come to the meeting at the Meadowville Town Center. I was trying to tell you guys, and I did a presentation. I was trying to tell you guys it works. It works. I told you guys it works. Every day we go to the club, pull up, skirt. So you guys are the phone people, right? Yeah, we're the phone people. We get your phone hooked up, get your internet hooked up. We got you, right? And that's what I was on. So I started now getting people left, right, and center, because everybody wanted to talk to me, because I'm the only 22-year-old in the GTA in 2012 with a damn 911 Porsche. There is nobody else. Gas money is a chip-in thing. This is the chip-in era. You want to sit in the car, gas money. That's the era. Ask MJ how much gas money I took from him, because I already knew the car was getting repoed at some point. So I was like, we're going to market this until we burn this thing into the ground, because it is what it is, right? So here's what ends up happening. My team starts to get loud, because I'm attracting, for the first time in this company, like Debbie would tell you, this company didn't really see millennials like that. So I'm attracting a lot of people in my age group, and we're loud and we're rowdy, because all I'm doing is getting people from the club, right? So I'm going to show you guys something. This is literally how we're acting in the middle of these events. So you can see I'm taking this little band of misfits now, and there's no audio, but you guys can see we're yelling. There's no audio. Okay, but you guys can see we're yelling, right? So was there audio or no audio? There was no audio? The audio, no audio? There's no audio? Okay, but we were yelling. Okay, we're damn yelling. And what ends up happening is they basically say, the people that were running the event, we don't condone this type of behavior. Like, what do you mean you don't condone this type of behavior? We don't condone this type of, you guys are loud and rowdy, and the cars in the parking lot like it. So I made a pivot. There was this company that was brewing in Phoenix, Arizona. It was called Vima. And what I saw in Vima was a bunch of millennials that were loud and rowdy, that looked just like me. And I said, I think if I take my same attitude and my same talent and I go to this company, I think I could do 10 times better, because it fit my culture. So the left is my mom's house. Look how many shoes are at the door. I told my mom we're doing a home event. My mom was pissed off. And then the top one is my first condo. I bought my first condo, and that was the fridge. That was the product. Ironically, we have the same product in iGenius today, which I find crazy ironic that we have the same product in iGenius today. But this was my first event. But what I really want you guys to see is this. I don't know, so you guys can't hear the audio, because what ends up happening is I launch my first video, because we were the new hot team, and people were listening to me, and I had all these millennials. So this right here was the video. Can you guys hear this?
Find the power to make that kind of change.
You can hear it? Okay, good. Watch this. So let me set up this video properly, okay? The year is 2013. My little band of misfits and me knew that the culture that we were creating, the company was in, they couldn't sustain it. We were too loud. I wanted to rewrite the rules. I was the new kid on the block. I had the new way of doing things. Social media was popping off. I knew how to do it, but I didn't have an example. Vima to me was a bunch of millennials throwing parties / MLM. I knew if I took my talent to this company, put it together, something was going to happen. This was the first video I launched with on the first day, and we did a bunch of events. But look how this is my team from the previous company. Look what happened.
Because when you find the power to make that kind of change, you're creating a revolution. After being in something like this, you don't want to ever do anything else because you just realize what true freedom is.
We do want to make a difference. We want
So,
each other's with us.
Do you kind of get the vibe of that video? Do you understand what was going on in that video? It's basically a very early version of GC. That's where the formula came from. I was like, I need a very hype video. I need to put all of my leaders in it. I need all the cars in it. I need the mansions in it. I need the houses in it. I need fast music. And at the time, it was like this weird Skrillex music that was popping off. And I needed to show people like, this is the new thing. So I took the old school MLM flavor, but I put like the new school twist. And this video, we kept playing it. Every event. Like if you were in my team at that point, you had a copy of this video and we played it non-stop. Every home event, non-stop. Facebook, non-stop. BBM, non-stop. We started getting iPhones, non-stop. So this was my team within 6 months of the new company. So what's interesting about this photo is I'm at the very, very front on the left. People will see a big room like this and they're like, how did you do that? Well, I just give you guys the entire formula of how that works. I give you that 6 months with great marketing because marketing wasn't a thing yet. MLMers didn't do marketing yet. It was like I took the Bentley tools video I saw a few years earlier and I was like, I think I can make a better version of it. I think I know how to get into millennials' heads. I think if I just let them be them and I don't tell them they have to wear suits and I don't say they have to, I think it's gonna work. This is 6 months. This is my team. The average person on my team is my age. And at this point, I'm 23 or 24 years old. My check starts to hit 3,000 a week. I've never seen money like this before. But the difference is I didn't take 3,000 a week. I'm still doing home events. Look at the home events. Look at the events. I'm still in the field. I didn't chill out. There was no stop. There was no chill button. I was still doing what got me there from the very beginning. These sheets at the bottom, look at the very bottom, this yellow sheet. I used to walk around with sheets. You want to be a part of the biggest team, the biggest movement in MLM history? Sign up with one of these sheets. And I used to give people the sheets. There's no webinars. Webinars don't exist yet. I'm giving people the physical sheets. Sign up, bring it to the event. If your name's not filled out, don't come to the event. And I was very adamant about it. So what do you think ends up happening? Well, we elevate. My top leader gets his car and my other top leader gets his car and I buy a Cadillac Escalade and all of a sudden we're doing tours in our own city, right? So if you look there, this is my Facebook from around the same time, 2014 now. The revolution hits Brampton tonight, April 14th. April 15th, the revolution hits Mississauga. April 16th, the revolution hits Brampton. Guys, these are not webinars. These are physical events. I'm driving and we're pulling up 10 cars deep at the event. Benzes, Cadillac Escalades, BMW, vroom, 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 vroom. people didn't have a breathing chance. There wasn't you had to sign up. There's 10 kids in nice cars. We know what we're talking about. We're the big deal. Do you understand? You guys don't even need to leave your house today. Webinars didn't exist yet. Are you guys understanding? At every level, I was pivoting though. Pivoting. You guys can kind of see how the teams were forming, right? This is my team. We're getting huge. Some of my leaders now, they're making 1,000 a week, 600 a week, 700 a week. These are misfits from the club. These are not network marketers, guys. These are not people with, these are kids from the club. They don't know what the hell is going on. I signed up myself again. That's me again down there. I signed up my own self again. I'm like, well, I can sign up myself again, right? And it was giving me so much understanding, like this is why it never worked before, because I was trying to do this in a way that didn't feel natural to me. So let this be another clue. Sometimes you might be on a team and that team is the system, sure, but you need to fine tune it for you. Because if I didn't pivot at this point, I don't think this would have happened. I think we broke every single record in this company at that point in time. This is a year later. My team now, we're doing weekly meetings. Guys, this is not a regional event. This is a Saturday, a super Saturday. That's me. That's my team. This is my team in their cars at the top. I'm 24 years old, maybe. That was a thing. Buy a Beamer, put the logo on the side. It was just, it was a culture thing. We all had the license plates. Now, a lot of people would see that and be like, well, Kane got lucky. Is it luck? At what point in the story do you think luck hit? There's no point in this story, guys. Luck hit. There's no luck in this story. I literally took a band of misfits, and I want you guys to remember this word, and I dragged them and I made something of them and myself. I get this message. By the way, my lifestyle, I'm making 3,000 a week. That's 12,000 a month. I'm 24 years old. I have a condo, 2 cars. I have everything. I'm doing everything. Renting massive venues. I get a text one day or an email one day. Yeah, the company shut down. Goodbye. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? What? What do you mean shut down? What do you mean shut down? Sean looks at me. Remember, this was the guy from the beginning that said he was never going to do this. And I made him a success in the thing. Kane, I'm telling you, bro, I knew it was a scam. The audacity you could say this after we made all this money. Yeah, but Kane, it was illegal this whole time. MJ left. Kareem left. They all left. Everybody left. Everybody. Even my girlfriend left. Everybody left. When I say everybody, everybody left. And I had a choice. What would you do in this situation? What was the option? Job? Yeah, cry. I was frustrated as hell, man. I moved back in my mom's house, 24. Damn. Man, I had it figured out, man. I had it figured out. I swear to you, I had it figured out. But most people would be like, okay, that's it for MLM. I went right back to the nightclub. Why? Because I needed to get another job, guys. Yes, I hit 6 figures and it went to shit and I had to go get a job again. Boo-hoo. Nobody cared. I was in the most depressed state here. My friend Andre is in the left. He's a promoter. I said, bro, hire me. Hire you? Ain't you this multi-millionaire that flies around the world and does speeches? Not anymore, I'm not. Not anymore, I'm not. Hire me. So at every level, I was humble enough to go back because I knew to go forward again, at some point I had to go back. So what do you think I did at this club? Because I'd done it before. I'm just older now. What do you think I did at this club? What do you think I did? I started networking again. I started again. I'm a sicko. You can't kill me. I'm a sicko. I'm a sicko. I started marketing again. And Andre's like, are you building up that cult thing again? Yep. Yep. I'm building it up again. Yep. You building up the cult thing again after it shut down. Yep. I'll never forget. I was sitting in the section one day and I was like, man, I got to learn to dance in the rain. I got to learn to dance in the rain because, like, it cannot just be just me that this happened to. This just must be how the game is. A lot of people will be like, I'm out. It's the companies, this, it's that, it's God, it's this. Man, I was like, man, I'm going to dance in the rain, man. I'm going to have me a good time still. And I'm going to build the thing up again. But this time I'm going to build it even stronger. They're going to see me coming. And I knew that comeback was going to be lethal because I had so much fire in my eyes when I spoke, because I had experience, I had wisdom, and now I had aggression. I didn't have aggression before. I had aggression now. And aggression helped me because nothing happens until you're mad. This is where it came from. When people in GC say it, this is where it came from. I was pissed. I saw this on a seat one day at the club. Guys, I saved it. This is from 2014. I saved it. It was on the seat. Somebody from New York came to the club, put this, they must have fell out their pocket. And I remember picking it up and I'm like, there's somebody in this club that has $97,000 in their checking account. Nah, bro, I'm not losing. I'm not losing. I'm not losing. I can't lose. I cannot lose. And that's how I would talk to myself. I was a psycho. Somebody put this here so I would see it, and I seen it. The audacity to take out $100 out of your checking and there's $97,000 still left. What? I put that in my pocket. That's mine now. That is coming home with me, and I kept it, and I still have it to this day, because at that point, I had never thought somebody could save that much money. I never thought somebody could save that much money. I said, nah, I'm coming back. So at this point, I had a choice. I had to pivot. Now, a lot of people would join another network marketing company, right? What do you think? Just the flow of the story. It would make sense. I go back into network marketing, right? Obviously, right? No. I said, I'm going to create a network marketing company. I made my own network marketing company. Sean said to me, Kane, you are getting dumber by the year. I don't care. I got to win. I made my own MLM company. I started look at it, founded in 2014. How scammy is that? Entrepreneurs and teachers, eliminate debt and build wealth. This is before iGenius, guys. I never even heard of this company yet. So I already knew, like, why don't we just teach people how to use money? I was thinking of it. I cannot make this up. This WG Kuvera iGenius, it wasn't invented yet. So I'm already thinking, this should be a company that just shows people how to use money, no? Like, it'd be the smartest damn thing ever. So I'm literally pitching this to people. So slowly, I'm building up a network again. And people are listening to me. You're like, you've got to be a real sicko. I'm a sicko. Sean's like, you're going to jail. Bro, you're going to jail. You're going to. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I saw this receipt. It said $97,000, Sean. I don't care. So me and Sean never talked again. So that was literally the last time I ever talked to Sean. Sean said, bro, you've done a lot of crazy stuff over the years. We supported, we did it, bro. It didn't work. The thing failed. It shut down. Now you're opening up a whole illegal thing. Like, I'm done, bro. I'm out of here. I'm out of here, bro. I'm out of here. And Sean went off to be a banker. I've never seen this guy again, by the way. Shout out to Sean. I was running out of money. So I'm literally building from dance studios at this point. So I'm trying to build my own MLM company, but I can't afford a venue. So I get this abandoned dance studio. This guy was like, I'll give it to you for $20 an hour. And yeah. Well, at least I still had my voice, right? I still could communicate. I still was a good speaker, but it was a far cry, a very far cry from where I was a couple years ago. Like, these people hated me at this point, right? I had no team. So I'm literally starting again here in my own company. So what do you think happened? I started doing the same speech every Thursday because I'm very hard to kill and I don't quit and I'm not a little bitch. And I was like, I'm going to build this thing up again. And this time I'm not going to close my own company because I'm going to own the company. That was like my mindset. I'm 25. That's some resiliency. Some of you guys have lost one rep and you're like, oh my God, I can't build. Dog, you've lost a rep? Seriously? You've lost a trade? Some people, I've lost a trade and like, oh my God, I can't deal. Are you serious? You couldn't have handled some of these waves that were hitting me, boy. I was getting hit by Titanics like every other year. What do you think ends up happening? I built it again. The little misfits start listening to me again, but this is a new wave of people. This is a new wave of people that start listening to me. Why? Because I was good at speaking. Why? Because I started doing events again, and I was doing them before, and I still had the gift of just communication. New wave of misfits. Aha, got them. This time I know what to tell them. During this time, one of these little misfits reached out to a guy that reached out to another guy, and then that guy reached out to me on Facebook. Hey man, you have a company in Canada? Yes. Who's the CEO? Me. Oh, where's your office? Dance studio. Oh. Oh. This guy's got a funny laugh to him. Why are you asking? Well, bro, I'm launching this thing, and like somebody told me in your camp that like you'd be really good at this thing, broski. Mind you, at this point, I might have had $500 in my bank account. Running a company is not the move, guys. So all these little kids trying to open up their own little trading schools and channels and business, trust me, it's not the move. I tried it, didn't work. I've been there, didn't work, right? So I'm like, okay, well, call me. So he calls me and he says, well, I got this company that's going to be big. It's in Utah. I'm like, where? I never heard of Utah. But the product is money. So I was like, that's ironic. My product's money too. But he's like, yeah, but bro, like, it's not what you're doing. You're teaching education. We got trade alerts. Trade alerts. What is trade alerts? Well, it's the Forex market, broski. What is the Forex? What is Forex? So he's basically breaking this down to me, but this is all I got. This is all I got. The customers can make money with the product. Eureka. Is that what you said? The customers can make money? Like without recruiting, the customers can make money. Yeah, broski. How much is it? $300. I'm doing the math in my head very quickly. So you're telling me I could give a product to every one of these misfits and they can make money without recruiting people? I'm like, where was this 2 years ago? Sign me up. Sign me up. So for the first time now in my entire career, I had some sort of guidance, some sort of mentor. And this is what's going to set you guys apart. This is why it's important. Do you guys understand now? I had somebody else that could kind of guide me the right way. Because up until this point, I was guessing. Like you guys saw, I did big events, I had big teams, but I was guessing. I was guessing. The whole thing was a guess for me. The first time, I had a leader. This is me and Anthony's first message. And he's like, if I come to Canada to pitch, could you put people in a room? I'm like, yeah, I could do that. And that's our first message. Because he's like, what's good? And I'm like, I'm watching these tickets fly. I already got 100 confirmed. Because he told me that he's going to come to Canada if I put 100 in a room. And I'm like, if this little shit comes to Canada, and he's never been to Canada, by the way, I could probably get a team again. I could probably build this thing because it sounds good, right? So Anthony's hitting me up like, hey, schemer, do you have an iPhone? Like, I'm calling you. Like, what's... Anthony didn't realize my phone was disconnected, so I couldn't afford my phone bill. And he was so stuck on this, like, I'm calling you. I'm calling you. I'm calling you. I'm like, just call me on Facebook. Call me on Facebook. Call me on Facebook. Not an issue. But bro, I want to call you on Facebook. He must have thought I was a real schemer because I would never answer my phone because it was disconnected. I couldn't afford my phone. So I made up some reason. And he's like, okay, whatever, bro. Just, I'm coming to Canada. If you could put people in the room, we'll launch your business. So think about this for a second, guys. I wasn't even signed up yet. Mind you, Anthony never sent me a link yet. This was my first event for iGenius. It was called WG at the time, but it was iGenius. That's Anthony in the middle. So Anthony never been to Canada, flies down. I put as many misfits in that room. How did I get the misfits in the room? Well, let's scroll back for a second. That's how I got the Misfits in the room. I kept saying the same thing every Thursday, and eventually it got bigger, right? So by the time Anthony came, I had a good flow already. So Anthony comes and he's like, where's the projector? I don't have one. Where's the TV? I don't have one. Do you have a microphone? No. I don't even have heating in this building, bro. There's no heating in this building. Like it's just walls. So Anthony's like, okay, broski. And he proceeds to pitch iGenius for like 2 hours. Slowly, I start seeing the new wave of Misfits. What do you think happened? Now I'm not building from scratch. I'm building from experience. So that's what you guys got to know. That's the next note. If you've made some money, you've hit a rank, I don't care what rank, and you've D-ranked, you're not doing it from scratch. You're doing it with experience this time. Because I didn't feel like I was new anymore. I was like, I've seen all of this before. I've done this before, right? So what do you think happens from here? I go into action. The only thing that I can control, what's the one thing I can control? My events. Anthony left. He's not coming back. He's not from here. So it's me versus me. He left me with all the Misfits. So now I had to get very good. I had to get very good at doing this myself. I don't have Sean anymore. I don't have Anthony by my side. I had to go and get me. I had to be the guy. I didn't have a choice. There's no choice. If I don't do it, no one's doing it. And these little misfits are going to need some sort of guidance. So I started packing out my house every night. Home event, home event, home event, home event, home event. Somebody's auntie on somebody's auntie on somebody's auntie said, hey, she's a TV host. I scammed my way on TV. Somehow I scammed my way on Rogers TV. Don't know how I did it. Don't even ask. Got on TV and I started running my mouth. Why? Because I didn't care. The one thing that kept me ahead of everybody else, I'm telling you, the one thing I had, I didn't care. The lack of care I didn't have, it was crazy, and I just wanted to win. I was willing to do anything. You're going to put me on TV? You're going to put me on TV. Done. Done. And that's how aggressive I was at this point, because I'm fired up. I'm always fired up. I start meeting a new wave of misfits, because through these people, these two pop up, these two Spanish sisters. Now, mind you, the smaller Spanish sister, I've seen her at the club before, because she used to come to the club that I used to work at and throw these massive parties. And you know how I knew her? Because it was the girl that had two first names. She called herself Jasmine Elizabeth. And I was always wondering at the club, why when this girl comes, why does she have two first names? I was always wondering. It's like the weirdest thing. But I noticed that Giselle came to the meeting, and then Giselle brought Jasmine. And I identified right away, this girl has a network. This is my bank account, mind you, when Jasmine joined my team. This was my bank account. This is exactly what I had in my account. Do you think I could have told anybody that? Do you think I could have told anybody that was my bank account? Guys, this is my first 6 months in iGenius. You think I'm making money? Stop this. A lot of these people come to events just to hear what I want to hear what I gotta say. I didn't like, they wasn't all reps. So Jasmine comes in the new wave of misfits, and I identify right away. I'm like, this girl's got a network. I got a tap root. So sometimes identifying someone in your team, identifying somebody and working that person crazy, like working one person, it could do levels for you. Because I knew something Jazz had. I was looking at Giselle, but I was like, Jazz, I know Jazz, she's got something in her that she can do this. Mind you, if you ever have a conversation with Jasmine, ask her what she thought I was when she joined. She thought I was a multimillionaire, because the way I was talking, you couldn't tell the difference. You couldn't tell if I was broke, busted, or disgusted. You didn't know, because I had the same mentality. I was very hard to kill, very straight shot. You didn't know. So I remember 50 Cent had this album called Get Rich or Die Trying, and that was my motto at that point. Like, I'm going to make this MLM thing work, because I came so close before and it slipped away, and I'm not letting it go this time. Like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So what was the formula I used before? Who remembers the formula I used before the first time? Because usually what worked before is going to work again. What do you think I did? What do you think I did with the first wave of Misfits? Events, 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 events. Funny enough, this was my first regional for iGenius. Jazz was here. It was her first one too. This is 2015. You know what I couldn't believe when I was standing there? You know what? I had an out-of-body experience. You know why I couldn't believe? Because I'm like, did I really do this again? Did I really get back to this point? Now, you got to remember, a year earlier, right? Where was I? I was sitting in the nightclub because I'd lost everything. So now you got to remember, I'm having this out-of-body experience because another year later, I'm back again. I'm back. I'm here again. And I'm thinking, how did I do this twice? But then it clicked. It's the same system. It's the same flow. So when I'm teaching people today and I'm telling people, did you do an event? And they're like, I don't do events. Did you host your own webinar? I don't do that either. So do you, like, you do, like, you never want to do an event in your city? Oh, no. I have an international team. Where? Oh, New Zealand. They have like 3 customers in New Zealand. And they're like, yeah, I'm going to be a millionaire. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you don't have the skills. You need to build local to build international. I built these skills in a basement. So by the time I got to these bigger stages, they knew what I was. What do you think I did? Again, following my same formula that worked the first time. What do you think I did? Who here can guess? Am I sicko or am I sicko? My bank account's $300. God bless North America. There's something called credit. God bless North America. Jazz knows. Go have a conversation with Jazz. She thought I was a millionaire. Everybody did. I have $300 in my bank account. I bought this car on credit. A really bad interest rate too. But it was the car Iron Man was driving, and I knew if I bought this car, it was going to work like it did the first time 3 years earlier. What do you think happened, guys? What do you think happened? What do you think happened? You know what's funny? Fun fact. I asked the guy when I bought the car, how long does it take to repossess? He's like, why are you asking? I'm like, well, like, I just want to know. I found out they could repossess the car in 90 days. I'm like, cool, I have a car for 90 days. That was my mindset. Why? Because I'm a sicko. I didn't care because I was like, later in life, I'm going to be so rich, I will fix my credit later. I don't give a damn. I'm not telling you guys to do this, but this is my mindset. And my mindset at this point, I need to win. People need to listen. It's now I have this car and I come up with like this motto in my head. It's not correct politically, but hey, it works. You can't spell believe without lie. And according to me, I wasn't hurting nobody. I wasn't hurting nobody. I'm not hurting nobody. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win. I'm not hurting you, right? I'm not doing nothing bad. So I'm like, little white lies, okay. Gets me through to the next level. And I'm driving around with this car and oh my God, this is the same venue. I don't know if you guys remember. This right here is the same venue that I had packed. Look at it. A few years earlier. It's the same one. But the difference is this time is this right here, this venue right here, all these people had quit. Every single one of these people had quit. They didn't exist anymore. A few years later now, using my same formula, I packed the same venue with different people. I'm sorry, man. I am a sicko. Every person quit my team. Even my friends quit. MJ was gone. Cream was gone. My girl is gone. Everyone's gone. Everybody left. Everybody left me. I said, leave them. Leave. Vroom. Credit on that car. I'm going broke again. I don't even care. Filled the venue again with new people. You can't stop somebody like this, guys. I'm telling you, when you guys are saying you're doing your max, I don't know if you're doing your max. Because at this point, I don't think there's anything else I could have done. I was willing, like I was so crazy, I was willing to risk my life on this, that I was going to win. That's how bad I wanted to win. I had so much to prove, and I hated my old team for leaving. Unloyal little bastards. I hated them. And I said, I'm going to do it again, but this team is going to be even better now. Jazz starts to fizzle. That girl that was in my team, I was like, oh, she really knows what she's doing. I poured all my energy into marketing her, market this girl. This girl is the one. And by the way, up until this point, a girl has never been good at MLM, according to me. There was no girls in my team ever. But this one seemed to figure it out. Something about her, she's very stubborn. So every chance I got, I was like, come with me. Go on stage. Do this, do that, do this. Stand here, sit here. Her and Giselle, her and Giselle, her and Giselle, her and Giselle. My whole attention went on them. And I learned something. Girls can do this faster than men. And I'm like, I've been tripping for years because I wish I knew this. The right picture is the first version of WFAB. End of 2015. That's the first version of WFAB. It wasn't called WFAB. That's the earliest version. And that was my goal. Let me just idolize this leader, and boom, Jazz becomes the top female earner in the company. I was like, damn, I didn't think it would be her, but it was her. She beat all the other Misfits. So now she was the bona fide leader. At the same time, money's coming in for the first time. So the car actually didn't get repossessed. So it actually worked out, right? So I started buying merch for the team, started putting T-Net. T-Net means the network on shirts. Everybody was wearing shirts. Scotty Huss. Do you guys remember Scotty Huss? I don't know if you guys know Scotty Huss. He signs up from Florida. That's Scotty Huss in the left. That's the original reason I went to Florida. He will never tell you, but I launched his career. He'll never tell you that, but that's what happened. So I went to Florida, launched his career. At the same time, Anthony was going to England for a tour, and I was like, I could get great marketing. Let me go to England. So all of this is happening at the same time. So I'm literally like, Jazz is popping off here. I'm going to Florida now, marketing this guy, trying to make a new leader. My team is branding very well. I'm literally first time going international, getting on a plane for doing MLM, and all of it's working. All of it's working. All of it's working. All of it's working. And I'm back. My team is bigger than ever. Now, mind you, what I didn't show you guys was there was, you know what? I won't even show you guys. This is fine. My team was working. I'm back. Now, what would most of you guys think in this situation, right at this point? What would you think? I'll show you guys after. I'll show you guys what I was going to show you after. What would you guys think at this point? I made it again. Told y'all. I planned my first tour in 2017. I was so happy about this. And by the way, each of these places, like I had like a handful of people, but I just wanted people to see, like, I'm not joking. Like, this is a real thing for me. Nobody told me to do this. Nobody told me to, I just thought in my mind it would be a very smart thing. So I'm touring in 2017. MJ's long gone, Sean's long gone, all my leaders are long gone, but they're probably seeing what I'm doing on social media at this point, right? I definitely still have that shirt. I got 2 of them. It's up there. So while I'm on tour, who has an epiphany? Who do you think has an epiphany? Unreal. I wish it was me. Jasmine, my top leader, has an epiphany. I have a guy that I work with that I think would be good at this thing. Oh yeah, who is it? I'm literally in England. This guy, his name's Rakan. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm sure. He's like, no. Like, I need you to like talk to this. Like, talk to this guy. Yeah. When I get back, I'll talk to this guy. No, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be really okay. You said it like 20 times. He's gonna be good. I got it. I get it. What does he do again? Busboy. I'm thinking trash. He's not gonna be good at this thing. Whatever. Oh, why do you like this guy so much? She liked the guy so much. Why do you like this guy so much, right? So, anyways, come back and I meet him. Didn't think too much of Rakan, to be honest with you. First impressions, sharp guy. Like he looked like he went to the gym. Like I just didn't really think too much of him. But Jazz has another epiphany. I'm back from England, back from this tour. Team's booming. Jazz says, I don't know if I want to do network marketing anymore. What? What do you mean you don't want to do network marketing anymore? Then I remembered what goes up must come down. The good times will pass, just like the bad times, guys. And all of a sudden, Jazz turns into this, I'm going to be a dancer. No. What do you mean you don't want to do network marketing? Yeah, Kane, I think my true calling is like, I'm going to make this brand called Solano and I'm going to be a samba teacher. And it's like my true calling. No, don't do this now. Oh my God. No, I don't want to start again. And I'm thinking, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, honestly, I like it. I'm going to be around and I'll come to the meeting still. But like, I really don't want to like, this is not my thing. And she was like, she's convinced this is not what I want to do. Yeah, read the damn caption. I'm like, what are you talking about? Look at Jerome liking it. And Rakan liking it too. Audacity, right? So around the same time, my other top leader, Javon, who was in my other leg, because you had to build 3 legs in this time, he leaves to the other company, the opposition. He leaves to IML. You too, at the same time as Jasmine. You too. Yeah, bro, I'll be honest with you. Like, I was looking at IML and it looks like it's a bigger and a better company. Does anybody smoke weed? Because I think I started to smoke weed around this time. If you guys wonder why I drink, it started around this time. I don't think I had alcohol really before this. So he leaves now. And Jasmine's kind of out. So not only does this happen, what do you think happens to the structure of the team? Yeah, I lost the damn car. The car got repoed at this point. Of course it did. Jasmine left, stopped performing. I have damn Rakan, whatever his name was, right, at the time. And this guy left. The car got repoed. Of course the car got repoed, obviously. Bank account, back down again. Basement. Guys, this is like the 4th time. I am at the damn basement. How am I in the basement again? Why am I here again? What did I do so wrong that put me in the damn basement again? Basement, guys, basement. I'm back to nothing. Zero income, 0 car, back to mom's house. Are you kidding me? This is the 3rd time I've done this. What is going on? Some of you guys are stressed about a trade alert. I promise. You're stressed about one person. You're stressed about one thing. I'm getting hit by tidal waves from the Atlantic Ocean every 2 years. Basement. And I wasn't at no little rank. I'm at big ranks and I'm coming back down again. Rakan, that's your name? Rakan? Come over here. Where do you live? Richmond Hill. You live in Richmond Hill? Home events, brother. No. I can't do home event, Habibi. Yes, you can do a home event. Home event, brother. Home events. No. Yes. Home event. He was the only one left. I'm at 0 income. And I had to try to convince this guy who was the last one left at this point, bro, I'm very rich and wealthy and I'm very smart. Trust me, listen to me. Open up your home because I don't really have one. So you need to open up your home and we need to do an event. Habibi. So he's like, that's Jasmine at the back of the room, mind you. Jasmine just came just to come. She's got a hat on. You can see she doesn't care. Not even dressed up. Jasmine doesn't care at this point, right? So I'm forcing this guy with a new band of misfits. And what am I doing, guys? I'm starting again. Do you get the pivot point? I could have dwelled here and died, but I'm like, no. Yep, Jazz is emotional support. I'm going to take this Khalifa guy and I'm going to make him the best network marketer they've ever seen, ever. I'm going to bully him to the point where he has no choice but to be good. I drag Rakan's ass everywhere, bro. If you sleep, tell me. If you're getting up, tell me. If you're eating, tell me. Like, I didn't let this guy out of my sight. I'm not losing this guy because it was like the last straw at this point. Like, I'm so weak in this game. I'm so depleted. He doesn't know what I went through. He has no clue what I went through. He thinks I'm having a great time. For the next 2 years, every event that I did, I put him on the stage. Rakan didn't have an option. Poor Rakan. You guys wonder why Rakan is the way Rakan is. I bullied him on stage. Rakan's English wasn't even all there yet. You get your ass on stage and you tell these people, you go, bro, go. Where do you go to school? York? Go, bro. Go, 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 go. And all of a sudden, we built it again. People started listening again, and they started listening. They like Rakan and they like me, and we were just you, me, you, me, you, me, you, me. Now, all of a sudden, around this time, MJ and these previous people, they're like, oh, Kane built it again. Let's come back. Nobody wants to jump on your train until your train's moving. And he came back. And he brought his little band of misfits from the previous years back again. And the team starts to get stronger. Shut up, nobody cares, work harder. And that's how GC was created. And you guys kind of know how the story goes from there, because that's pretty much Rakan's story after that. But that's what happened before he got there. Now, what's crazy is that I'm in Lebanon last year, just to wrap this thing up, because I didn't want to make it that long. And as I'm in Lebanon last year, Rakan plays a video. We're in an event. 3,000 people behind me. And there's Jasmine and Rakan on stage. And I'm looking, and there's 3,000 people, and I'm looking, and he plays this video, and I'm like, it is unreal I'm sitting here right now, because these people have no clue what it took to do this. There is so many times in this story, I should have quit, I should have left, I should have stopped. But if I stopped, Rakan wouldn't have existed. If I stopped, Jazz wouldn't have existed. Therefore, Afnan wouldn't have existed. Therefore, WFAB wouldn't have existed. Therefore, there wouldn't have been this wave of new generational network. It's just a butterfly effect. I had so many reasons to stop doing this thing, because it destroyed me in my 20s. My 20s was like awful because of this. But today, I'm in that position where, yes, I'm at 80,000 a month today. I don't miss a month at 80K, right? I have some months at 100K. I don't miss anything. And people don't know that there's a whole iceberg that you do not see behind that income. There's so much that happened. You think that I got lucky and I just got a Rakan, and then I just got an OBG, and I just got a Nick, and I just got a Mike Jameson, and I just got lucky with that. There's no such thing as luck in this game. I think if there is a luck in this game, and if that's what you're calling luck, you can keep it, because that thing luck almost killed me, if that's what luck is. 100%. So when you guys see me today and you see what I'm doing in Atlanta, or you see the way I speak or the way I market, trench. I was in that trench for so long. I became network marketing. Matter of fact, when I talk to people today, it sounds like I'm presenting because I did it so much. Some of y'all haven't even done your first event yet talking about you're going to be an ambassador. Please, please, please be realistic. Understand what you're in. When I say there's real sharks in this game, I am the person I'm talking about. A lot of y'all wouldn't have got through a year or two of that nonsense, or had the intuition or the know-how or the charisma or the confidence to start again and look stupid. But I needed to share this story with a bunch of you guys, so now you have the insight, and you can kind of like look at what you're doing or what you've done and be like, am I really doing enough? Am I really leading? Am I really signed up? Have I really committed? Have I really chose? Am I really even trying? Do these people even know what I'm capable of? And that's the real reason I wanted to do this webinar, because there's too much to say in a group chat. So that's what 10 years looked like for me. And I'm telling you, most people only see the last 2 words, the last 2 years, sorry. And then you got people today like Ahmed Nofel, he put something in there. GC will never die. And people say, Ken, you're so lucky, man. You got people like Ahmed who don't understand, man. It took a lot of not quitting to have an Ahmed. It took a lot of sicko moments to have an Ahmed. And yeah, today I believe my team, our team, is the strongest team. And why is it the strongest team? Because it's the DNA of GC, the DNA of iGenius, I should even say. The DNA is hard work. Like it's not a fluke. GC is not a fluke. It's not just like randomly. It was grown from the basement. And this is why some of these leaders, when you see them, the way they talk, the way they act, when they cheer, when they market, when they yell, when they scream, just know where the energy is coming from. They have my DNA. They have the DNA of what I was doing 10 years ago. It's poured into them. And that's how I think it's going to continue. Now, of course, today in the company, it's a much easier situation. So that's everything I wanted to say, guys. It is recorded. I did record it, but it's long. I don't know who's going to sit here and listen to it, but the video I was going to show you guys, it was in the beginning, and it was like the first generation of people. You guys can't even hear the sound, but this is me at 22, get in my first new company. So what I had was charisma. I always had that charisma. Like that was like you put me on stage and I was on, you know what I mean? Like, and that was my first time really accepting some sort of an award. And I'm like, I don't care what these people think. I'm going to dance my way up there and dance my way down and dance my way up and dance my way back down. Let me show you guys one more video from this era. What else do I have here? This was my team. This is the first generation, of course. I'm 22, maybe. What an idiot. So we were calling ourselves Heat Nation because that year the Miami Heat won the NBA. So everything we did was like, and if you notice, I still have the same like every time you see me do the basketball, it's like it's embedded in me from that era. Like it's just something I always do. Anyways, but that's the story. So I don't have anything else to say. That was it. I'm not sure how long I was on this call for. Damn, that's a long ass call. It's an hour and a half, but you guys have everything you need. I'll see you guys.